Hello everyone, Zach Moore aka Blue Spartan 107 here, and we are about to play The Bottom of the Well. And it's a game I guess was made in the Unity engine. It's supposed to be very short. You can do like multiple different branching paths, something to do with the apocalypse. I don't know, I downloaded this game a while ago and I'm only just getting around to playing it, so we're gonna go ahead and click. Oh, there we go. Just leading up to the menu. I don't know why it took that long. Whatever. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and start a new game. Welcome to Bottom of the Well. This game is a visual novel, meaning it is a mainly text-based piece of interactive fiction, a book where you get to decide what happens next. I'm familiar with that, actually. The very first game I ever did a playthrough of for either of my channels was actually a visual novel by the name of Everlasting Summer. It's very poor quality, however, since I was only just starting, but you can I'll probably put a link to it down in the description below. You can check it out. It was very long on a campaign too, since I tried to put like the days of it in, you know, one episode instead of branching it out into multiple episodes like some other people normally do. So you don't really need to watch it, but it'll be down there probably if you want to watch it. Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a selection of options, which will further the story. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice though, the most important of which is the kind of Alice, our protagonist, you are going to play. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use the default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. Wow, okay, thank you for playing our game, Red Dental Studio. Alright. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and try out the default Alice, just like they said. Capable of finishing the game to its true ending, but not necessarily through all branches. This Alice is career-motivated, friendly, somewhat lazy, a hopeless romantic with no survival skills at all. She makes up for it by being a good organizer. Okay. Alright, Dream Diary, September 13th, 2015. Today I had the weirdest dream of my life. Okay, hold up. Morning, eh? Morning. Oh, that's... whatever. Okay, did you catch the anniversary reading last night? I don't know. What are you gonna say, Alice? No. Well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that. What now? You fell asleep? Oh, come on. Alice in Wonderland is like our favorite... Let me finish. Something happened. I was tuning in on my radio. You're such a Luddite. Amazing I can even catch you online. Shut up, I'm not a Luddite. I just like analog things. Anyway, I was tuning in to the broadcast and I must have hit the AM switch or something because suddenly the channel changed to something else. What? Aliens? Oh, who? Government-run number stations? Oh, ooh, that's what he meant. Sorry. No, it was this weird, like, white noise at first. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast? So I went out on my balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came through clear. It now sounded more like music with the odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead and the white knight is taken backwards and the red queen's off with her head. Oh, so somebody's pirate radio broadcast of golden oldies? I felt like there was something else there, some message that was hiding in the music. I know it sounds weird, and then I fell asleep. What a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed, and I didn't know I was dreaming. Do you understand? It was entirely lucid, but like waking up in another world. Except I don't think of it as another world. Ugh, does this make any sense? You had a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucidly in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. Yeah, it does kind of sound rad. I'm sure it would have been, except for the whole end of the world apocalypse bit in the dream. Okay, now you've got my attention. what's going on here. Ah, this is cool. So, like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. It's important you know that. I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't know it was a dream. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing, just between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Ooh, what's up with these options up here? I've also definitely seen some Alice in Wonderland vibes, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty good fairy tale. Were you alone? Yeah. I had a really long day at the office, so I had sworn off all social contact for the evening. When I see repeats of words, it does kind of sound weird to say them at the same time. You know, like, it just doesn't sound right. Anyways, I had the TV on in the background just as noise. Wait, what? The office? You mean you've got some kind of real adult person job in this dream of yours? Yeah, actually, at the college. Student admissions office. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I am going to graduate in just a few months, you know. Uh-huh. With a BA in English literature. Did I say that too fast that it didn't sound like literature? No, probably. I do that a lot. Shut up. Alice C, though. What does that mean? Alice Cooper? No, probably not Alice Cooper. I'm just rambling, guys. Sorry. Let's just do this. Such skill with words. Anyway, what happens next? Like I said, the TV suddenly turns to the emergency alert system, jacked the volume all the way up too. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now and that we needed to get to shelter, that we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. Cheez-Its. Sounds scary. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel, but they were all the same. And then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I don't know. And I knew things were serious. So what'd you do? So now this is where things start to get interesting. I have to actually choose what's going on. So our choices are, I went online to find out what was going on. I immediately tried to call Chess. Yeah, I know. Chester the Rabbit kind of reference. I needed to think about my options. I'm gonna choose Chess. Chess? Who's that? My, boyfriend. I mean, I don't have a boyfriend, but in my dream I did. Wait up, tell me more about this sudden new boyfriend of yours. I thought you weren't in the dating scene. This is funny. Actually, I've been thinking about putting myself out there, like, maybe some online dating or something. Although I'm kind of afraid to check OkCupid right now. What if there's a guy named Chess? Yeah, I'm not good with dating sites. I'm not good with dating in general. I've never actually dated anyone. But I mean, like, dating sites, you're probably going to find a lot more creepy people than, you know, actual people to date. Good icebreaker. Hi, I'm Alice. I dreamed about you last night. You were my end of the world buddy. Funny. Aren't I just? You were saying about Chess? What kind of a name is that anyway? Well, I wasn't really. I mean, yeah, he was pretty hot, I guess. And smart. And into me. What more could you ask for? There's lots of things you could probably ask for, but, like, hot, I guess? Well, sure. Smart, that's always good. Really into you, that's the best. As long as they actually genuinely are really into you. I can sense you blushing all the way over here. Maybe I should check my OkCupid profile, actually. So what'd your boyfriend think? Well, first I tried calling him, but all I got was a pre-recorded network busy message. But the net still worked, so I hit him up there. I mean, we did most of our communications in chat anyway. And I found him, but there was no time for, well, anything. Started typing, you know, holy hell, what WTF is going on style stuff, and he just tersely... What is that word? I have never seen that word before. And he just replied he had to go. I have no idea what the frig that word is. That's a little blunt. Well, he told me he needed to go get his sister. His sister? How come? Well, he mentioned her a few times. She's disabled, but lives in a house by herself, somewhere in the boroughs. Burrows? Did he ask you to come too? He didn't ask. I did. I'm going to be outside my apartment in 5 minutes, he said, then logged off. I guess that's an invitation of sorts? So what'd you do? Well, I knew that Chess wasn't going to wait for me. If I wanted to go with him, I had to go right away. Just grab my stuff and go. Making quick decisions in the spur of the moment. Doesn't sound like you. So what'd you do? Let's go with spur of the moment. So I decided to go with Chess. I mean, how couldn't I? You clearly needed help. Altruistic. How long had you been dating? Cynic. Long enough to know my feelings were real. I mean, it felt real in the dream. Where'd the sister live again? In a borough, practically the suburbs, so pretty far. Chess said he usually takes the subway or a bus. Chess actually lived just down the street, and we always had a customary place to meet. We didn't even need to confirm the place anymore, but it didn't seem very likely we would be able to catch a bus or the subway. So how were you planning on getting to the sister? In less than 30 minutes. That's a Facebook notification, I'm gonna ignore that. Oh, spoiler, the bombs didn't start dropping on us within 30 minutes. It took longer than that. They did start though. That's lucky. Yeah, well, it didn't mean we weren't in a hurry. But you didn't leave empty-handed though, right? Oh, right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A backpack. People always called it magic. You could fit so much into it. Bigger on the inside and all that. Hey, like Doctor Who or the Harry Potter tents from the Goblet of Fire. I love magic. That's my attempt at a Harry Potter impression. Just, you know, if it sucks, I'm sorry, I don't really try to do impressions that much. Okay. What is this? Alright. Probably need a map. Sure, a flashlight, some additional food. A radio. Oh. Okay, yeah, I did take a radio. See if we can grab some more additional food. Nope, doesn't look like we can grab anything else. Okay. Go on. Boro, sister, bombs incoming. How'd you plan to get there in the chaos? The chaos, yeah. The streets were nuts. Everything and everyone was going crazy, crashes everywhere, but no one was responding. The street was completely gridlocked. I'm talking maybe 15 minutes after the first announcement here. All it takes is a few cars in the wrong place. But you live pretty centrally, right? It had to be better further out. Did Chess have a car? No, but if we wanted a car, there were tons around. People just left them keys in the ignition and ran. Holy shit. Must have really been bedlam. It was. I was so scared. So, steal a car or walk? We discussed walking. It was like 14 miles or something. It'd probably take at least 4 or 5 hours on a good day, and this wasn't a good day. Maybe a good start, though. Things might clear up outside the downtown area, and you might be able to steal a car there. Appropriate a car. Stealing sounds so criminal. Oh, appropriate car. Stealing sounds so criminal. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant to say. You got it. Heh, whatever you say. Any other options except stealing? Appropriating a car and hoofing it? Something in between. I know a guy with a motorcycle. He really loves that motorcycle, but I wondered if maybe he'd be willing to borrow it. I mean, for fuck's sake, we were going to rescue a disabled woman. You know him well? Reasonably. I didn't know you knew how to drive a motorcycle. I'm a woman of many talents. I'm not. I'm just a guy with apparently very few talents. Mostly just writing, gaming, video editing. And even then, my video editing's like subpar because I don't really try to do that much. So what did you do? Well, if we take a motorcycle, there's obviously going to be room for the 2 of us, but not for the 3 of us. Car, it's much easier, of course, to do that outside of a city, but inside it's much more difficult. Sorry, guys. And walking, if it was going to take like 5 or 6 hours to get there... Well, I guess we could have taken the motorcycle and then see if there's a car there that we can borrow to get around there. Well, the motorcycle seemed like a good idea at the time, except that when we arrived at this building, the first thing I saw was him outside, prepping his ride together with a group of similarly attired, similarly equipped I said equipped. Equipped. Motorcycle, guys. So much for borrowing a motorcycle, then. He recognized me when I approached. He looked pretty distracted, packing up the saddlebags and the motorcycle with all kinds of things, but he stopped for a second to talk. Hello, I see you're making your escape. Would you happen to have a spare slot in your escape-o machine? He said he was heading towards a fallout shelter. When I asked him what he was talking about, he told me there's an old shelter down on the 3rd under the Rad Bar. Your old hangout? What are the odds? Hi. Anyway, he said he could take me, that he knew the owner of the place. Sounds like a good alternative. What did you think? Well, Chess immediately said no thanks. He looked at me. What'd you tell him? Yeah, I'm not gonna abandon my boyfriend in this time. Or at least, you know, this version of Alice is not gonna abandon her boyfriend at this time. Like, I know for a fact that if I had a girlfriend, really wanted to, like, rescue her disabled brother or sister or sibling, just any of that kind of thing, that I wouldn't want to abandon her just because a friend of mine also offers another alternative. So no daring an escape into the sunset on your motorcycle with bombs going off behind you? What a pathetic excuse for a power fantasy this dream of yours is. I don't think it was ever a power fantasy, or necessarily fantasy at all. Anyways, I still had to make a choice, and I had already lost a lot of time. Yeah, let's walk past the worst. I decided walking was the best option. The whole downtown area was gridlocked, cars everywhere, people running down the sidewalks, and the sirens blaring. It was like one of those disaster movies, no hope of driving anywhere at any rate. But where was everyone going? Most of them were going home, I think. People were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there you were, running away from home. Once I made my decision, I stuck to it, no matter how much I was filled with doubt. Half an hour is nothing at all. But luckily, that estimate was completely wrong. Sometimes I'll walk half an hour in the wrong direction, just because I stubbornly refuse to believe I'm lost. Yeah, I might have done that on a few occasions, back when I was living in Pittsburgh, but, you know, I still found my way back. I didn't know what was the right direction, but I did try to get there as fast as possible, although that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was swept up in a mess of people and manhandled in the wrong direction more than once. Every few minutes, I stopped to consult the map to make sure I was going in the right direction. Yes, good choice to have chosen the map. Was there any danger? Like, people attacking each other or something? No, I thought we were all going in the same direction, but then I realized that the crowd was heading somewhere I hadn't planned to go. A subway station. What'd you do? I was swept along and was that or get trampled or pinned against some wall. I finally managed to disentangle myself at the stalled mass of people just outside the entrance. Apparently it was closed and people were trying to break through the gates. By the time I was out, though, I had lost a lot of time. Time, yes. Isn't that the thing you're fighting here? How far away were you planning on getting? Well, a lot further than I had gotten at that point. I could practically still see my apartment building, but the crowd was slowly thinning at least, and I actually saw a vehicle in motion. An ambulance, weaving between stalled cars with the sirens blaring. What'd you do? Okay, it hasn't mentioned anything about Chess, which probably means that she got lost. Like, the two of them got separated, so Chess is still trying to get to his sister, and she's gone. I'm gonna choose this option. Chess's single-mindedness was what led me. I was pretty sure this was a monumental mistake, and that we'd get caught outside and killed for sure, but I couldn't just leave him, so we kept walking. Okay, so he's still with her. So how did that work out for you? You think it was easy? People had driven out into the sidewalks and left their cars. Everything was a mess. I tried going down the main highway, but it proved pointless, and I had to backtrack. I didn't say it was easy. Did you consider running? There goes my phone again. I half ran and jogged as much as I could, but I felt like being late for class. I got tired almost immediately, while the goal was still as far away as ever. Just wanted to go faster, but he slowed down when he saw I was struggling. The worried look on his face went nowhere, though. And, well, once I got away from the downtown area, things went much smoother. I ran as fast as I could, as far as I could. No bombs, still no bombs. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my luck. But I knew I was pushing it now. What did you do? We were getting closer, so we kept walking. So did you make it? Maybe the bombs were just a scare. No, they weren't. I saw it as a glow high above... Blah, blah, blah. I saw it as a glow high above the town. What? You were outside when the bombs fell? I thought. I don't know. I thought I'd have time to get away, but I just wasted too much of it somehow. I was out in the street when the initial shockwave came. There was just no duck and cover could have saved any of us there from that, I don't think. Next thing I know, I'm showered in glass as every window above us shatters. Cars swerved off the road and crashed. Bedlam and light, bright light. I tried to crawl out of the way when something hit me. Maybe a piece from a building? I don't know. I blacked out. You have a really fucked up imagination, Alice. Oh, that's what happens when you're in Wonderland. I don't. It didn't feel like a dream. That's the thing, because you don't wake up in dreams, do you? But I did. Bleeding, alone, out on the street. What'd you see? I saw a burning city. Ashes rained down. Downtown, far too close, a mushroom cloud, just staring me in the face. It was the end of the world. I just knew that there and then. I also liked how they transitioned into a different picture. It kind of does look like the city's burning, even though it's black and white. Jeez. And then there was a streak of light, and it was actually almost beautiful as it fell from space. Just a streak of light, at only a slight angle. I just had time to think, no, we've had enough, before it hit. For some reason, I elected to stare right at it when it impacted, above the ground in a terrible fireball. Ugh, please tell me the stream ended here. Yeah, I didn't really see it though, but I died, eventually, in the dark. And thus concluded my dream. Well, that was interesting. What do you think? I think it felt incomplete, like there was something missing. That wasn't the way it was supposed to end, you know? Dreams are supposed to end in certain ways. This one was, I think. It felt like it was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening closely enough. Maybe you could try again next night, see if you hear the same recording? Speaking of, what frequency was this on? That's the weird part. When I tried to see, I realized I had hit the right channel, and that I was in fact reading Alice in Wonderland. And this isn't exactly some obscure number station frequency on the AM bands. Well, maybe you'll dream it next night again anyway? That's the good thing with dreams, you can always dream them again. And maybe do something different the second time around? Huh. So that's just how that went. But it'll happen in many different ways. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So, Red Nettle Studio is Natasha Bulatovic-Trigg, for, she's graphics and CEO, and Peter Skulk, the narrative designer. Additional credits, music sound by Juicy Alisila. Well, yeah, this sound here, awesome, and I probably pronounced that whole name probably wrong, so I apologize if they actually see this. If anyone knows how it's actually pronounced, like, boom, 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 like, El Sila, or whatever, like, the spaces where you do the things where you're making the sounds of how the word goes, just let me know in the comments. Fonts for typewriter plus Hannah handwriting, Roger White. Built on Fungus by Chris Gregan. So that's interesting. Better prepared, 1 out of 5, and achievement unlocked first death. Well, there's a lot of things that we could be doing. I do think I will go through this game again, definitely for this channel. Like, we'll do multiple episodes, and I'll name the episodes off of, like, how things specifically ended, I'm guessing. But I'm going to stop recording here just because I feel like I should take a quick break, just get a drink, and then I'll probably record more. But otherwise, though, if you guys have enjoyed this, and you would definitely like to see more, which you're probably going to end up seeing anyways, like it up, comment, share. If you're new, subscribe. It'll be awesome. I'm trying to, do something good with this channel, and I'm hoping that people will see what I'm trying to do too. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out, Spartans. Started that fight.